Well, as of this morning, that lava breakout, informally called lava flow 61G, as in golf, is over the Pulamapali, running on the national park boundary side of the former Royal Garden subdivision. And last night, it was about halfway down the Pali, and it's moving about 300 meters an hour. So it's a pretty steady flow, and very, very visible from the emergency access road that the county has put in about a year ago. That said, for the last 2 weeks, we in the county have been preparing for an eventual a lava viewing area. So I think I'd like to just talk to the viewing audience by saying, the lava viewing area that we're going to put in is a little different from what you've seen in the past. In the past years, starting at 2001 up until perhaps 2011 or 2012, we had old lava flows that came over the old Highway 130 or Chain of Craters Road, and these served as natural barriers for government and the public. So therefore, we could keep cars parked where the pavement ends, so to speak, from approximately from mile marker 21 to maybe mile marker 22 of Highway 130. And we kept cars parked there. We had security. We had like a welcome station to advise people that they're about to enter into an area that they can trek and track and get closer to the lava flow. This time we're going to do a lava area very, very similar, with security posted about mile marker 21, mile marker 22, where the pavement ends on Highway 130. And then we're going to have cars parked like before, and then a greeting station, so to speak, with security. And then we'll just advise folks that from that point on, they are welcome to walk down the emergency access road that the county has built. Now, this road, from where you park and are greeted down to the very end of where we're going to allow access, it's about a 3-mile walk. Okay, it is not a through road, because at the 3-mile end there is a gate that marks the National Park Service boundary. So people can basically view what's happening on that lava flow coming down Pulamapali as we speak. They can stop at any time along that road, take photos, take a look at Mother Nature at work, or they can walk all the way about 3 miles down to the final end. And I've got to admit, after being there last night, at the 3-mile end, you get the closest view to the lava coming down the Pulamapali. And from a reference point, the lava flow, which the Hawaiian Volcanoes Observatory is tracking, the scientists are tracking, basically is hugging the western portion of the former Royal Garden subdivision. It's not coming right down the middle like we've seen in the past. So it's hugging that western portion, which puts it in or near the National Park Service boundary side of the Pulamapali. Okay. But certainly you can get a great view of lava, particularly at night, like I saw it last night. You can see a great view of the lava. Now why are we allowing pedestrian traffic, and we may even allow some bicycle traffic there, is we need to preserve that emergency access road. The purpose of that road was to find an alternate route when we were faced with a lava flow disaster affecting the town of Pahoa. Government spent a lot of money in putting that road. It was about 8.5 miles of punching through old lava beds and to lay that particular road, which is the old Highway 130 again, and connects to the Chain of Craters Road. So there's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and we need to keep that road as intact as possible, just in case, right? So as long as possible. Now, Mother Nature may continue to do its work, and lava will come down Pulamapali and probably pool at the bottom and then make its way to the sea. And when that happens, it'll cross over that particular road. But until that happens, we want to make sure that we kind of keep and maintain the integrity of that road. Pedestrians walking is just going to create a very, very hazardous area. And the third reason is that we've got people living down there in Kalapana, okay? That we need to also look out for their interests, their privacy, and all of that. And speaking of which, you know, as you look at, if you can picture 130 and coming in where the pavement ends on 130 and then finding parking and then proceeding through a welcoming point and a safety point and walk down that emergency access road, which looks like a freeway compared to what it used to look like in previous years, right? All of us need to keep in mind that on either side of the road is private property. Okay, there are lots that people still own, they're still paying taxes on it, and then part of it is state land. So if you wander either on the Mackay side of that road or the Mauka side of the road, you're really entering private property or state property that may be restricted. So what we have to offer this time around in 2016 is the use of the emergency access road to walk down as long as 3 miles, okay? 3 miles go down up to the National Park Service boundary gate. So it's something we've never offered before. And I think one of the perspectives that I'd like to throw out that has hit me, and I'm going to tell you how dated I am, yeah, but I don't recall an access way like we've seen right now from where Highway 130 ends, where it joins now into an emergency access road that goes through the National Park Service boundary for another 5.5 miles. So we're talking 3 plus 5.5, and then it connects to the ranger station that the National Park Service has there, okay? And then it connects now with the chain of Kratos Road. So I think it's been nearly 30 years where we've had a complete access way for the time being, a complete access way from the top of the park on the chain of Kratos Road all the way down to Kalapana. Yeah. Now that may change pretty soon, okay, as we see Mother Nature at work with the lava flow now coming down Pulamapali. For all I know, it's probably already on the bottom by what I saw last night. It was about a third to a halfway down last night, and then it's progressing, and it's going to probably pool at the bottom, you know, and then find its way to the lowest point, and probably find its way to Mackay. That's what I think, you know.